Spanish moss thing?
Okay, ask your question again.
What's with giving gifts to the females?
It's kind of strange because I think that it's their method of approach. Males are battle hardened. Males are trained to fight. It's the females that are more tender-hearted and take care of the young and so forth. So if they want to approach, and this is all through time too. I mean, if you want to approach, you always approach the female. You don't approach the alpha male.
And now, didn't you say there was some medicinal purpose to the Spanish moss?
Well, let me go through the story. We camped here, and right there where that tent is, right there. And my tent was back here. Anyway, we'd stopped. We had spent the day, in the caves and in the meadow and stuff like that, and then we'd come back here and settle down for the night, and nothing really happened except for during the night we had a visitor, and he left footprints right in front of our tent, and the footprints went right across from our tent, right across there, right over to the front door of that, well, it wasn't that tent, but a tent that was sitting there, and they left a big ball of Spanish moss, and I guess they exited out through those bushes right there. Well, in the morning when we got up, I just happened to be looking down at the ground and saw the footprints on the floor, or in the dirt, and boy, we just were all flabbergasted that they would come in that close to our tent. And so we were busy, casting it in powder, in plaster. But Phoebe, the owner of the tent over there, she, when she came out to see what all the ruckus was about, she found that great big ball of Spanish moss. Now, Spanish moss does not grow in this campground. You've got to go somewhere else to get it. So that Spanish moss, ball of Spanish moss, had to be picked, harvested, and brought here. And it was left on her front door. Well, everybody else in the other tent was all males. So they knew specifically where to drop that gift. Okay? And the thing about Spanish moss is it's very, very high in antibiotics. And it was used during the Civil War to treat gangrene and deep wounds and so forth. So it has a very high medicinal value, which would tell you that they know about plants, what plants are good and what plants are not, which also implies very high intelligence.
Try not to kick up too much smoke, Preston.
They can heal. They know what, I'm sure if they have a stomach ache, they know what to eat.
Yeah. So anyway, they approached the female of our group. Well, when we got our tent, or when we got our food raided, and the cameras, game camera caught it doing it, I would swear that was a young female that they send into the camp. And she stole the cookies and stole the Diet Coke. And, in looking at it, it looks like a female to me. But,
how can you tell? What does it look like?
Well, it had breasts.
Oh.
So, it looked like it had breasts and longer head hair. And very, very slender. But, I'm not saying it was female, but it just seemed that way. And it would make reason, that they would send the female in to see if it was safe or not. Because they would think that we probably would be less apt to panic with a female than it would be if an 8-foot giant walked in and took the ice chest. So So I think they know the difference in male and female with us, and I think they do reverence their females. So that's the deal there. I think they do reverence their other halves, you might say.
Found hitting them in with the... Oh, you found a good spot. That was so much easier.
All the latest information.
Yeah.
Getting there. Have you guys seen his operation of his four-way camera?
Yeah, he was showing me that. This might be a good night to bust that out, huh?
I can set it up. We won't be here to monitor it, but we can record everything. And that way we'll know what happens to you guys if we come back and you're gone.
You know if our camp is evacuated.
Yep.
There'll be all new campers in here.
Yeah.
We found some deer.
So, yep.
It's awesome.
Come on.
People.
Yes, I think we do need sponsors.
I did talk to my friend who's who has the HBO documentary,
Yeah.
and I told him that we were coming up here, and I would let him know if it was still hot. And he was very, very interested and thought about, he thought that he could possibly get the same people back out to film us doing our thing. So.
Well, it would be really great if we could do some finds like we did today. But, there's no guarantee. We may come up in here and we may find nothing.
Right, and that's exactly what I told him. I said, there's no way to solve this riddle. It could be all or nothing in a day. You may see nothing and you may see everything. It's just hard to say what you're going to see.
However, this is one particular area that something unusual has happened at least once during every stay that we've been here. I mean, something strange has happened. So, well, this night shot's doing pretty good.